Welcome to the Dissertation Formatting Workshop for graduate students at the University of California, Riverside. This workshop is offered by the Graduate Academic Affairs Office. During this workshop, we're going to talk about information regarding the completion of your dissertation and the expectations surrounding your graduation. Hopefully, if you understand what's expected of you, that will equal less stress for you in this final process. We also want you to understand the standards surrounding the document. Basically, your documents must look professional for future review. We want all the dissertations coming out of UCR to reflect positively on the campus. And we also work with an outside publisher, and we need to make sure that the documents here conform with their standards with regards to microfilming and publishing. The Graduate Academic Affairs Office is responsible for the completion of this process, your document and your graduation. We're located at 140 University Office Building. Our hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 o'clock, and we're closed for lunch. Email contact is here in addition to our phone number. Another good resource for you is the Graduate Division website. The main link you're going to be using in this process is this one here, Dissertation and Thesis Submission Information. The format guide is located here. This gives you all the information you need regarding what's required for the document, the current graduation deadline dates, the checklist for filing your dissertation, and a link to starting the electronic submission process. The forms you're also going to need to submit are here. Down here there's some samples of the title page and some of the other preliminary pages. The format workshops are here, some helpful hints, other links and information, copyright information. So there's lots of good links here for you. Another good link on this site is going to be the publications and forms. And that's where you can find your petitions, if you need to go on filing fee, that type of thing. If you need advancement forms, that's located on this site here. We also administrate an iLearn course. If you're a current student, graduate student, you should see that you're enrolled in this course. The current course is UCR Graduate Community 2010, and we use that to post announcements and information about funding opportunities. There's also a Facebook group where you can connect with other UCR graduate students. The Counseling Center also does a dissertation support group, so you can contact them about participating in that. During this workshop, we're going to discuss the requirements for filing, so what sort of status and things need to happen before you're able to file your document. We're going to talk about the styles of the document that are okay. We'll get into a little bit more specific items regarding the formatting of the preliminary pages and the document itself. We'll talk about previously published materials that you might want to use in your dissertation, the final defense, format reviews of the documents, actually filing the manuscript with the Graduate Division, binding the manuscript, and graduation. So the requirements for filing. The first requirement is that you're advanced to candidacy. Typically you advance after your oral qualifying exam. And then after that you're doing research, you're writing, you're working with your committee. There's no set time frame in regards to when you're going to be finishing and filing after the oral qualifying exam. Another requirement for filing is that you have to have an approved dissertation committee. When you do advance to candidacy, that's when you are nominating the committee initially. But if you're here, for a few years after that and somebody has retired or your research topic or subject matter has changed, you may want to shift your committee, then you need to communicate that with the Graduate Division. The third requirement for filing is that you're an enrolled and paid student or you're on filing fee status. So we're going to talk a little bit about what filing fee means. Filing fee, you're still a student, but it's a limited student status. It occurs in lieu of registration. So for filing fee, you're not enrolled in any courses. It's not something that you have to do. It's not required. I know it sounds like it's required. If you're filing your dissertation, you have to be on filing fee, but that's not how it works. It's an option that you have. It works really well for some students, and for other students, it's just not the right choice for them. If you want to go on filing fee, you have to petition the graduate division, and that form can be found on our website. When you're on filing fee, you don't enroll in courses, so you want to think about how that affects your situation. Do you have student loans that may come due earlier because you're not enrolled in 12 units? Do you have financial aid that you want to keep receiving, but it requires you to be enrolled? Are you an international student? How's that going to affect your visa? So there's things that you want to think about before going on filing fee. It works really well for some students, but if it's going to affect you negatively, you don't necessarily have to do it. In order to go on filing fee, you must have a completed draft of your dissertation and plan to take no more than 12 hours of faculty time. So basically, you should be almost done. That's what filing fee is for, just for finishing up. The current cost is $150. Filing fee is always half of the registration fee. So if the registration fee goes up, the filing fee cost goes up. But this year it's $150. You can opt to purchase the health insurance if you would like. Currently the cost for that is $641 per quarter. If you'd like to do that, you need to contact the health center directly. On filing fee, you can retain your library privileges, but you're not paying all those extra fees like the rec center or the GSA, so you're not able to access those services because you're not paying the fees. On filing fee, you can't work as a TA or a GSR or receive fellowship funding. That's simply because you're not enrolled in 12 units, and you can only use filing fee one time. Document style. Basically, there's one rule about style. You have to conform to the formatting requirements. Beyond that, the style of the document is really up to you and your committee. You can use one of the style guides, MLA, APA. That's going to basically follow our formatting, but there may be some differences. But formatting in terms of, how many chapters, if you have subheadings, what those subheadings look like, all those types of things, that's really up to you and your committee. One of the most common styles that we see is a journal format or a scientific format. That's where each chapter is a separate paper that you have published or plan on publishing. That's fine to do. If you're going to use that style, you need to have a general introduction and a general conclusion. When you use that style, you mostly want to think about consistency. So each chapter has to look like it's part of one cohesive document. The references need to be formatted the same, the figure numbering, the chapters need to look the same. All those things have to be consistent throughout the dissertation.